Hello, 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 everybody. Crystal here, and this is part 2 of the Fearless Money Budgeting for Financial Breakthrough webinar. I am, woo, I'm just thankful and I'm grateful to God for everything. I'm thankful that there is even a part 2. So I'm excited. So I want to jump right in and get started, and I'm going to share my screen. This is real life right now. I'm going to talk about 7 money mindset blocks. And I want to be real transparent right now. Not only did I have to reschedule this meeting to a day ahead of time, 2 is that my kids, and I can't use my kids as an excuse. So that could be a money mindset block. It's because we don't have time, or our kids this, our kids that. And right now I'll say, like, my youngest, my baby girl, she's sitting right here. So y'all pray for me, and I'm praying that she stays quiet the whole time. But I was gonna, just 2 minutes ago, I was just like, I'm just not gonna do it. Cause then I was thinking about, I already had to reschedule it. And then now, I didn't have anybody to keep her quiet while I do this. So can I just say that I'm not going to do it, and then it turns into not getting it done at all? Or can I just be real and transparent and let people into my world and know that I'm real and these things happen? Yes, we want to keep it as professional as we possibly can, but these things happen. Does our purpose stop because things don't work out the way that we would like it to work out? No, that's perfectionism. And if you let perfectionism come in and stop you from doing what your purpose to do, then that's a money mindset block, and that's an excuse, and you'll never get things done, and you'll never fulfill your purpose because of things like this. I can't use my kids as an excuse, even though I used to, and that would stop a lot of money that I knew that I could make, because I would use my kids as an excuse. Oh, I don't have anybody to watch my kids. Oh, they're going to be making too much noise. Oh, just so many different things. But you know what? I'm going to push through this, and I'm going to get this done because I scheduled it, and I told myself that I was going to commit to it. And because I know that this is my purpose, I'm going to push through this, and nothing is going to stop me. So welcome, 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 and welcome again. I'm going to share my screen because I have some slides that I would like to share with you guys. So let's get to it. Let's defeat these money mindset blocks, because we have money that needs to be made. Our purpose connects us to our abundance. When we walk in our purpose and we're fearless about what we're doing, we become fearless about our money lifestyle becomes fearless. When we see our money manifesting, it shows that we were fearless and we overcame, and we decided not to make any excuses because of situations or circumstances. Like you see me looking over to the side because now my baby is trying to open the door and go out. So it's a life, and it happens. But guess what? It's not going to stop me because I'm fearless. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm committing to this. So I'm going to share my screen really quick. And I am going to jump into these slides because I only have 30 minutes. Y'all, look at my pretty flowers. They're blooming. They're so beautiful. And I have them in, yes, for a reason. Let's see. Let's share my, how are you? All right, here we go. So, Fearless Money Budgeting for Financial Breakthrough Part 2. Overcome 7 money mindset blocks. Spend less to fearless, and non-negotiables for your budget. See y'all what I'm saying? This is not gonna stop me. And if this stops you from listening to what I have to say that could possibly give you your breakthrough just because you hear my baby in the background, that's an excuse. That's a money mindset block, because you know what? We're gonna always have things that come along and that come up and try to cross our paths to distract us, to make us lose focus, to make us say, oh, you know what, I give up because things aren't going the way that I thought, or, oh, I can't do this because of my kids. Oh, I can't do this because of my husband. Oh, I can't do this because I don't have enough. Those are excuses. You have to know when to push through and keep going. So let's jump in. This is going to be so exciting, you guys. Excuse me if I'm talking fast. I have a short amount of time, so we're going to get this and we're going to get the breakthrough while we're going through this. So a little bit about my Fearless Money journey again. Fearless Money was birthed from a place of frustration. I had to understand why I wasn't making money from the things that I was trying to do. For instance, like I said, with my kids, I had to understand what I was saying to myself, what my actions, my habits, what all of that did for my money. So I became aware of the way that I was operating. I was sabotaging myself as a result of my thoughts, and I had to be fearless in all that I do in order to make money. And I had to feel the fear and do it anyway. So just to recap, what is a budget? It's a path to a better life. The amount of money that is available for, required for, or assigned to a particular purpose. For example, a weekly budget for a family of 5 or a budget of less than $3,000. That's what a budget is. A budget is your roadmap. A budget is your plan. A budget is your direction to fearless money. So a budget is not a trap or a setup for failure. I just wanted to recap that, even though I talked about that in part 1. A budget allows you to fearlessly take control of your money. A budget is a roadmap to the financial life that you desire. You tell your money where to go. It doesn't tell you where it's going. A budget is a roadmap to help you avoid the mistakes made in the past, and it gives you a direction for your present and lead you to your future. So we will always talk about having a fearless money mindset, because I'm a firm believer in the fact that your mindset has a lot to do with the money that you make. I'm sorry, you guys. Get your mind right and do the inner work to break through. Getting my mind right, getting my rhyme right. So 7 money mindset blocks. Number 1, the use of time. Our time is currency. How are you spending it? We have nothing but time, and then we don't at the same time. Once the time is gone, you can't get it back. So procrastination, lack of planning, you're always busy or too busy to focus on manifesting the money that you want. How do you use your time? That's a money mindset block, because you don't focus to plan. And then if you're saying you're always busy and you're making excuses, that's you. Regardless, you're still using your time. You're just not using it properly. You're not planning it out. You're not giving it, just like a budget. The way that you're planning out a budget, that takes time. But you're doing a budget because you want to get your financial life on track. You want to manifest the money that you know you should have. It's the same with your time. You can't procrastinate. Same way you can't procrastinate when it comes to budgeting and managing your money. And you can't not have a plan. You cannot afford to not have a plan. That's what budgeting is, a plan. So you have to plan out your time wisely. You can't procrastinate. You can't say, oh, I'm always busy. I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. Because that's not true. You make time for the things that you really want to do. You make times for priorities. You make times for things that's important to you. So it's, how are you using your time? And I want you to write that question down, and I really want you to think about that once this is over. Think about how you're using your time. If time is currency, just like money, we use money for things. How are you spending it? We talk about spending, tracking our spending, and how the spending is really the head of the budget. because how you spend determines how your financial life goes. How you spend determines how your budget will go. So how you use your time determines how you'll manifest the money or the financial life that you want to have, or the fearless money journey that you want to take. All right, fearless money mindset block number 2. I don't have enough. I am guilty of this. I will say things like, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough resources. I don't have enough relationships. I don't know enough people. Not enough positivity. Not enough positivity. And you're always negative. So saying I don't have enough of something, we'll put ... at the end of that. I don't have enough, whatever it is. What are you saying to yourself all the time? That's a mindset block, because you have to know, if you're saying you have faith, we'll use that as an example. If you're saying that you have faith, you have to know that you have enough, even if you don't see it. So we'll switch that around and say, I do have enough time. It's how I'm using my time that matters. I have enough money. It's how I'm using my money that matters. I have enough resources. What do I have around me right now that I can use? The next one, relationships. Who can I talk to bring me the resources that I need? And even not having enough positivity, if you don't have enough positivity, you're being negative. So let's get the positive mindset going and start saying, I have enough. I have enough time. I have enough money. I have enough resources. I have enough relationships. Everything that I need is right here for me. I just need to seek it out and grab it in whatever way possible. That's faith. So saying I don't have enough is a mindset block, and we have to turn that around immediately, because then you're putting yourself in a poverty mindset. You're putting yourself in a place of lack. There's no way you can budget and focus on your money if you're always saying, I don't have enough. If you're saying I don't have enough, then there's no reason for you to try to get your money right, because you don't have enough. So we do have enough. We have everything that we need. And when we use everything that we need, more will come. Number 3, the people who surround you. Man, you guys, all 7 of these that I'm going over is things that I have experienced personally. The people who you surround yourself with. We hear that quote all the time, that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. That's so true. If you're around people that have poor mentality, if you're around people that are always complaining about money, always crying about not having enough, or they talk negative about the wealthy people, they're uncomfortable when it comes to talking about money. No, Arya. They're uncomfortable when it comes to talking about money. Like, you can't even talk about money and the come up and wealth and things like that. Then you're probably acting like that person and you don't even realize it, because you're around them all the time. Excuse me, y'all. So like I was saying, I could use my daughter as a money mindset block, but I can't, because I committed to this and I have to do this. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I can't because my daughter is doing this and she's doing that. She's just being herself. She's only a 1-year-old. She's being herself. She's doing what she knows how to do. So like I was saying, and this will be a story that I could tell her later on. And I pushed through that money mindset block. So like I was saying, you're around people that are uncomfortable talking about money. you're around people that are uncomfortable talking about money. Like I said, they talk negative. Even when they see wealthy people driving a nice car, they'll talk negative about that person. They're always crying, saying they don't have enough, or they're broke, or, oh, I can't do this, or I can't do that, oh, I don't have enough. Yes. If you're around people like that constantly, then you can't move forward. You can't do the things that you need to do because you can't level up. Like, you're not around fearless people. You're around people that are full of fear. When they talk like that, they have a poor mentality. They're in lack. They don't know how to get themselves up out of what they're in. That's how that works. So you want to surround yourself with people that are positive, that are seeking a better life, that are always looking for abundance, and they're about wealth, and they talk about gaining and not losing. They learn lessons and don't have bad habits. You want to surround yourself with people like that. So, fearless money mindset block number 4, opinions. That will go back to number 3 when we talk about the people that you surround yourself with. That's the opinions of people, but we're also going to talk about your own opinions. People will always have something to say about what you're doing, whether it's good or bad. You could be living your best life. You're going to have people that speak life, and you're going to have people that are against what you're doing. It doesn't matter. People are always going to be that way. People are always going to be that way, and people are always going to have something to say, good or bad. So you're going to have to learn to overcome the opinions of people. For example, me, I will be doing something that I know I'm passionate about. I know that's possibly a part of my purpose. And it could take one person to come along and say, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, or, oh, maybe you should go look at some other people that are doing what you're doing. And that could be positive, but it could be negative, because it could be in the sense of, oh, they're saying you're not good enough, or, oh, maybe you shouldn't do this right now, or, oh, that's not going to work. It's a scam. It's this, it's that. Oh, you're crazy. Why are you trying to do that? Opinions. And you have to be on a certain level of discernment. You have to have strength and be strong to discern which opinions you want to allow to come in. The he say, the she say, the skeptics, which majority of them are broke and aren't doing anything. Getting opinions are okay, but it depends on how you apply them. Like I said, you could get opinions and you can discern which ones you want to, take it with you, and you could discern which ones you want to, oh, no, I don't need that opinion. Yeah, I'm thankful for your opinion, but no, I'm okay. It's how you handle the opinions of people. Number 5. Ooh. Fear of success or fear of failure. Success means change. This is why people fear, we'll start with success. This is why people fear success and never achieve it, or have a hard time achieving it, or it takes longer for them to achieve success. It's because it means change. The change means no more comfort zone. So when you become successful, there's really no going back to what you knew or the lifestyle that you used to live. There's no going back to that. You're out of your comfort zone, and once you become successful, that's it. So let's talk about a celebrity. Say, the Kardashians. We all know the Kardashians. Can you imagine, but they were successful before they got on TV and everything, but imagine the fear that they probably feel at times. As we know, they don't let their fears overcome them because they are really successful. But imagine the fear that they feel because of the fact that they're in the public eye, or, now everybody is inside their lives and can say whatever. There's no going back, because now we all know the Kardashians because of their success. So they get so much negative talk and backlash because of what they're known for, and that there's no more comfort zone for them. That's a huge change. And they're going to continue to experience so much more change as they evolve and they gain even more success. So there's so much that comes along with success, and that's why people fear achieving it. Say, for instance, you ask yourself, can I really reach that goal? Like, what will happen if I reach this goal? Oh my gosh, like that's fear. There's no excitement. It's supposed to be, oh, I can do this. I'm going to reach this goal and I'm going to be successful. And yes, I did it. You're supposed to feel the fear. Yes, it's going to be a little bit of fear, but you have to keep going. So failure. Fear of failure. Failure allows you to run back to your comfort zone. So the fear of failure will cause you to stay content in your situation. Say, for instance, broke, never have a budget, never make the change of actually managing your money, never make the change of actually tracking where your money goes or looking at what you spend because you're fearful to see where your money is going and what you're really spending it on. That's your comfort zone. You want to stay in your comfort zone because that's all that you know. So failure allows you to run back to your comfort zone. So if you say, no, I'm not going to do it because what if this and what if that? No, I'm good. I'll stay right here. No, I'm good. I don't need a budget. No, I'm good. I don't need to fix my credit. No, I'm good. I don't need to save. That's failure. That's failing before you even do anything. You're staying in your comfort zone. You're not even running back to your comfort zone because you never left your comfort zone. So we have a fear of failure and a fear of success. There's like I talked about, the pressure that comes along with success, but there's pressure that comes along with failure as well. Like the pressure is that I'm staying in the same situation that I'm in. Failure is I'm staying in the same situation that I'm in. See y'all. Failure is being content and not trying to change your life and reach success. This one topic can go so deep. It can go so much further than the time that we have tonight. So number 6, comparison and lack of focus. I believe I went over this in the first slide when we talked about time, how we're using our time. No, don't mess up my flowers. Yeah, it's pretty. Pretty. Yeah, don't pick that off. Look, let's read. Look. Comparison and lack of focus. When you're busy, okay, let me stop because another one that I struggle with, this was another one that I struggled with, comparison. I would compare myself to so many people that were successful or not even successful. It could be somebody in the same situation, right next to me that I see all the time, every day. And I could say, man, she's doing so much more than me. She's doing this and she's doing that. What am I doing with my life? That's comparing. And when you compare, it can make you lose focus. So when you're busy comparing, you don't have time to focus on your life and what you don't have time to focus on what you could be doing with your life because you're too busy comparing. So if you can't focus, how do you know where you're going? How do you know where you're going if you can't focus? When you come up with a budget means that, okay, I'm getting my mind right and I'm going to focus on this thing so I can get where I want to be. I can reach my goals. I can do this. I can do that. It requires you to focus on the why, on the end goal. But if you're too busy comparing to Susie over here because she got this car and this house and she has this business and she's successful, guess what? I'm sure she had to put a plan in place. I'm sure she had to put a budget in place, and I'm sure she had to put a fearless money mindset cap on to get where she is. And that's where people make the mistake when they compare. They don't think about, we see so many graphics going around that say, don't compare your chapter 1 to so-and-so's chapter 12. And it's true. We can't compare where we are right now to where somebody else is. We don't know how long it took them. We don't know how much it took. We don't know what they had to go through to get there. So comparison is the thief of joy. Or you can compare and you can plan your fearless money come up. You can plan your fearless money come up. That's how you can use comparison. You can compare and you can ask questions instead of, because when we compare and we lose focus and we start to feel fear and we start to feel negative and some type of pain or emotion, it depends on how you use it. It depends on how you use it. You can compare and you can plan your fearless money come up. So say for instance, I'm looking at someone and she's madly successful, he's madly successful, say somebody in real estate, and I want to get into real estate and sell luxury property and commercial property, and I see someone that's really successful doing it. I can go watch what they're doing, pay attention, learn their story, even maybe reach out to them and see what they're doing. And you can ask questions like, what are they doing that I'm not doing? What are they doing that I can implement in my fearless money journey to get from chapter 1 to chapter 12? That's what we can do. And that's how you use comparison for the good. And that's how you put yourself in tunnel vision and you can focus on what you really want. Ooh, that's another topic right there on its own. Focus that when you compare and then you ask questions in a positive way to help you envision the life that you want, the fearless money life that you want, you will get from point A to point B. You know, what are they doing to implement, you know, what are they doing that I can use to implement in my fearless money journey? Maybe they wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and they get so much stuff done in between 4 and 6 o'clock. Maybe they exercise. Maybe they work out. Maybe they delegate. Maybe they give other people tasks that they don't have time to do so they could be making money. It's so many different things, but that is how you should use comparison in a positive way. That's how you should focus. You should look at, and this goes back to surrounding yourself with the right people. When you compare and you see somebody doing something that you want to do, you reach out to that person, or you make it your business to get around people that are doing things that you want to do. You start to compare yourself to them, but you're saying you can ask them personally, what are some things that I can do? Okay, you can get down. What are some things that you're doing that I need to do to get where you are? That's focus. That's focus. And that's good comparison. I don't know if I should be saying that that's good comparison, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So I thought this was really good as I was thinking about this, and I was just saying, like, you know, because I've experienced both. I love to research people. I love to research people. I love to watch what people are doing. But I remember at one point I was comparing myself and I was just stuck. I was comparing myself to like, ooh, I want that. I want that Gucci bag. I want those red bottoms. I want this. I want that. Go a second, you guys. So now I use comparison. Life, you guys, life. Now I use comparison as a good thing. I go watch people that are in the same industry that I'm in, that are in real estate because I want to get into real estate. Even other types of businesses like network marketing, blogging. I go watch people that are madly successful right now. I even go watch some people that are kind of in between, like they are still in the beginning stages of experiencing success. And I've reached out to people and I'll ask questions. I say, oh, can we connect? Can we collab? Can we do this? That's the comparison that you want to be doing so you can come up and start to experience that fearless money life. These are the things that's required. This is what I use my time doing. This is having enough, because Instagram, all social media platforms are enough for us. Some people get on it and they use it to just let their time go by. But for me, I get on social media and it's a resource for me. So back to having enough. social media is a resource for me. So I use it, and guess what? Social media provides relationships. It's up to you to be fearless and reach out to these people. This is how I know I have enough. That's revelation for me, guys. So yes, number 6, comparison and your lack of focus. We can switch that around in so many ways and make it a positive thing. Plus, you waste time when you compare. You're wasting time when you're not focusing. What are you really doing with your time? If we had to ask, how are you spending your time? Let's budget our time. How about that? What if we do a webinar on fearless money budgeting for our time breakthrough, right? Because I know that's a struggle for me sometimes, managing my time properly. So number 7, self-sabotage. If I had to sum this up, we are pretty much sabotaging ourselves from all the last things that I mentioned, all of the above plus more. Talking ourselves out of things, negative talk, just everything. There's really little things that you do that you don't realize that is sabotaging yourself. So if we had to talk budgeting, not managing your money, not watching how you spend, not watching how you spend, you're sabotaging yourself. How can you say you want this, but you're not willing to do that? Self-sabotage it can get really deep. It can get really deep, but self-sabotage starts with your mindset. It starts with your mindset, but it requires a lot of awareness. It requires close attention to detail. Because if you're not careful, like I said, there's little things that can snowball into avalanches. And you sabotage yourself, and then you have this big avalanche, everything that fell apart, everything has fallen down, and now it takes so much more for you to start over and build yourself back up. Okay, so those are the 7 money mindset blocks. There will definitely be more. There's so many more, but these are 7 very important mindset blocks. All right, so moving on. The next topic that I want to discuss is spend less, fear less. When you spend less, you fear less, because guess what? Spending is the beginning of it all. The way we spend our money determines how our budget will go. So if you've never created a budget before and you have no idea where to start, you have to learn where your money is going. So say for instance, we're tracking our spending. We're tracking our spending. And as you track your spending, you know where your money is going. You know where you have put priorities at. You know where it makes you realize the things that were more important to you to spend on. So when you put yourself in a place where you spend less money on the unnecessary things, I don't know, you fear less, because that means you're holding on to more money. That means you can budget better because you have more money in your pocket. So this was a part of our spending tracking, and just talking about how spending is so important for budgeting. You learn where your money is going. You track where you're spending. You track your spending for a few weeks or even a month, because what you wanted to do is you want to start with where you've been spending at, and you want it to slowly but surely go down. You spend less, you spend less, you spend less. And once you start to budget, that's how you begin to fear less, because you know where your spending has gotten you and where it will take you. And of course you will do this if you're tired of being broke. Somebody just came on. Can you mute your phone, please? Or your video? Thank you. So we talked about this in the last in part 1, which I do encourage you to watch. And if you don't have access to part 1, please reach out to me and I'll more than gladly send that to you. But a budget is fearlessly telling your money where to go. You create a plan and you stick to it, and you learn to make your money work for you. So the third topic we wanted to discuss is non-negotiables for your budget. So for me, giving is the number one thing. When you give, you receive. So giving should definitely be a part of your budgeting, not only in tithing, if that's something that you do, but you should give to something specific whether it's a charity, it could be something that you hold near and dear to your heart. Wherever you want to give, that should definitely be a non-negotiable in your budget. I believe that you should set aside another 10% or maybe another 5% of your income to give away freely, because blessings flow when you give. Another non-negotiable I think that you should consider including in your budget is insurance. Covering your money, covering the risk of losing your money, because you never know what could happen. So yes, we have our plan and we're focused on where our money is going and what we want to do with our money, but we don't know what can happen physically with us, whether it be just health or death, or you don't know what, because I'm considering all insurance in this topic. So you want to make sure you're properly insured in every area: health, life, disability, car insurance, and whatever other insurance is out there. You want to make sure that you're properly covered, because if something comes up, a car accident, and you didn't have enough coverage to cover the damage, then you need gap insurance. Do you have that? Who is going to fill in the gap of the money with the money that you need? Say, for instance, life insurance. We could talk death, but we're not going to talk death. We can talk living benefits. Say you have life insurance and you got cancer, a illness, or you need a long-term care. You need a long-term care. You can use your life insurance policy to cover things like that. So some people feel like life insurance is a waste of money because all they're thinking about is death, which I don't understand, because we all know that we're going to die. We just don't know when. I'm sorry if this is a touchy topic, but we just don't know when we're going to die. So it's good to be prepared for the unexpected, because we don't, believe me, just imagine how life would be if we knew exactly when we were going to die. I'm thinking about what I probably would be doing. I'm 30, so just imagine if I knew that I was going to die at 50. That puts a whole new perspective on life. And that's how we should be looking at life anyway. We don't know when things are going to happen, whether it's death, whether it's an illness, whether it's an accident and we have to be in the hospital for a while. We lose our car to an accident. It's all about having enough. So excuse me, insurance is very important, and that should be a non-negotiable in your budget. That should be something you review every few months, is all of your insurance policies, to make sure that you're properly covered. Okay, and so the third thing is another non-negotiable for your budget is whatever is non-negotiable for you. Remember, at the end of the day, we're talking about doing what works for you. We're talking about doing what works for you. So I know for me, I want to implement things in my budget, and even with my time, because we talked about time being a currency and watching the way we spend our time. Self-care. It could be me just going to get my eyebrows done. I'm serious about this, about that time anyway. Eyebrows done. That's a part of my budget. Buying self-care products, making sure that I have the products that I need, say for skincare or hair done or whatever it is. Investing books. Books is definitely a thing for me too. So I'm going to start setting aside, because I found a discount store for so many great books, I can set aside a budget of $10 or $20 or whatever and go buy a few books a month or every few months. It's good to give. That's like the reward that we talk about. Like, that's the celebration of sticking to your budget and committing to what you want to see happen in your life, because it requires a lot of discipline, and it requires focus, and it requires you to be consistent. So just imagine you can take a look at your budget and you see that, oh my God, I did it. I actually have the $10 or $20 that I set aside, whatever it is, $30, $50 that I set aside to do what I desire to do, in my budget. So that is definitely a must when it comes to non-negotiables for your budget. Now, it's different for everybody. Maybe you have someone that don't feel like they have to have something for themselves in there. I mean, at the end of the day, budgeting is for you. It's for your family. It benefits you in so many different ways. So you don't have to have an area in there where you do something for yourself. But I feel that that's important, because you have to take care of yourself. You want to love on yourself, and that helps you to remain fearless about what you're doing. Ooh, that could be a whole nother webinar too, a whole nother topic just about the non-negotiables for your budget, because that really takes some time to sit down and think about that. So savings, this goes along with the spend less, fear less. I could go deeper into this, but I'm not going to go into, because it was in part 1. I just wanted to keep it in here just to go over it really fast. But start before you fully tackle your debt. Emergency fund is priority. So say, for instance, if we talk about a non-negotiable for your budget, an emergency fund could be that non-negotiable right now for you, $500 to $1,000. This is a backup for emergencies and to ensure that you don't go further into debt. So this can also be the backup for your insurance policy, that emergency fund. Stay away from loans or borrowing money. As you pay off debt, increase your savings in small amounts. Maybe add $5 once you pay off $25 in debt. However, you might pay off a $200 debt, and you can increase your savings by $5, $10, or $15 now. The ultimate goal is to have 3 to 6 months of expenses. That is a non-negotiable for your budget, but it determines where you are in life to get where you want to be. Sorry, you guys. This is life once again, but I committed to doing this. So my daughter decides she want to make an appearance tonight. That depends on your lifestyle and what works best for you. Your emergency fund is like insurance for your budget. So this is a quick savings plan. You done saying hey? We don't have a lot of time. So a savings plan, you can start small with a 52-week savings plan. Say, for instance, we have here the first week you save $2, the second week $4, the third week $6. You double it by $2 every week, and by the end of the week you'll have $2,000 in the bank. Not the end of the week, I'm sorry. By the end of the year, if you started small like that. It's different for everyone, and you definitely want to put this in a separate bank account that you have no access to, or little access to, because of course you have access to everything. So some tools to help you jumpstart your budget breakthrough. A fearless money mindset, of course. So we talked about in the beginning, overcoming those money mindset blocks. I discussed 7 of them in the beginning, but you also want to think about some things that you've done. It could be from childhood. You just don't know. You have to dig deep when it comes to the mindset blocks that you deal with that's stopping you from manifesting the money that you want or the life that you want. You need a Google Calendar or a physical calendar, a budget planner. Like, for instance, I said Happy Planner or a Recollections. This is Happy Planner, a small mini budgeting planner. It's really good, kind of girly, but for the men. You can use apps like Mint, which is a budgeting app, or you can use apps like Digit to help you save automatically if you're not disciplined enough to set aside savings. And that is really it for tonight's webinar part 2. So like I said, this was going to be really quick, just to plant some seeds for the week, whenever you're watching this, just to get you started. You are fearlessly breaking financial barriers because you are here and you are watching this. That means that you are ready to do something. You're ready to make a change. You're ready to stop making excuses. You're ready to overcome those money mindset blocks that are stopping you from breaking the financial barriers. You're here, and I want to commend you and clap to you for that, because you are awesome. You are fearless. Change is definitely not easy, but when you start making the steps and you keep going and you're focused and you know what you want, just imagine what you're going to have in the end, the reward that you're going to get for all the hard work and the discipline that you put in to get what you want. So of course we want to stay focused and stay fearless. You have to keep your why and your vision in mind, because that's all that matters at the end of the day. It's not about anybody else's why. It's not anybody else's vision. Just like I said, going back to opinions and the people that you surround yourself with, that was 2 money mindset blocks. The why and your vision is the most important thing. That's the most important thing. People can come in and give their opinions. It's up to you to discern which ones you want to take in. It's up to you to discern which opinions you want to just brush out. But you have to be strong in your mind to do that, because people can easily come in, depending on where you are. They can easily come in and say something to you and just throw you all the way off. And then when you realize that you were thrown off, you got to start back over. A few months went by, a year went by, and then guess what else you do? You start to reflect and you think about, oh man, what if I just stuck to it and didn't listen to so-and-so, or didn't do this or didn't do that? Or for instance, another place where people mess up at is we go look at reviews. We go on YouTube. We go, and you know what I've learned? When I go on YouTube or Google to review something, I think about something that I used to do, and I would click the bad reviews first. Is that a sign of where my mindset was? Because I wanted to hear the bad thing first so I can back out of it, and I can say, oh, I'm not going to do this because this person said this and it was bad. It didn't work for them, so it's not going to work for me. I mean, that's where my mindset used to be, and I would click on the bad reviews first. So now instead, when I go look at a review, I click on the good ones first. And then I might look at a few bad ones just to see what they think about it and why it didn't work for them. But at the end of the day, you don't know what's going to work for you until you try it personally. We can stay in our comfort zone, and it's so easy to say, oh, no, I'm not going to do it because so-and-so. We look at a random review of people we don't even know, and we say, oh, I ain't gonna do it because it didn't work for them. We look at 5 bad reviews and 2 good reviews, and because of the 5 bad reviews, which is not good for your mindset, you say, no, I'm not gonna do it. Maybe another time. Sabotaging yourself. That's self-sabotage, because you're seeking out the negative first. You want to hear the negative things first so you can say no, so you can stay in your comfort zone. That goes back to that fear of failure and that fear of success, because we can look at a good review and still feel fear, because we can be like, oh, it worked for them, but it might not work for me. I don't think it'll work for me. You can watch 10 good reviews and still say it won't work for you. So keeping your why and your vision in mind is very important. You want to stick to your spending tracker and or budget that you've established. You want to work towards your fearless money breakthrough every day, and you want to look at hey. You want to look at your numbers. And you want to make sure you use visuals. You want to make sure you use visuals. You want to hang the list of your goals where you can see them. You want to hang your why and your vision somewhere you can see them. Even on your phone, you can set reminders on your phone to remind you of your why and your vision and the goal that you're trying to reach right now. You can make a savings and a debt payoff chart. And you can also use YouTube and Pinterest, and Google is our friend, of course, to help you get creative and find more ideas. So we start small with the small steps, and we make the biggest difference when we do that. It's like the snowball that I'll probably always run. That snowball starts off really small, and once it keeps rolling, it turns into a big, huge snowball, maybe even an avalanche. The small steps always make the biggest difference. So remember that when you're starting wherever you are, you don't start at A and just jump to Z. It doesn't work like that. You have to take the steps. You have to go through the process. You have to go through your fearless money journey. That means going A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You're going step by step. Because imagine if you skip a step. What could happen if you skip a step? A very important step. So we want to start small and remember that we're making progress no matter what we do. Our small steps are progress. Our small steps show how fearless we are. So that's how you make a difference. Okay, so so I could open it up for questions, but I'm not going to. But I do encourage you to reach out to me and inbox me for questions, or maybe a topic you would like to discuss. And the reason I'm not opening up for questions right now is because of this little one. She had to make an appearance tonight. But like I was saying, you know, I could have used the excuse of my children for not doing this. And that's a mindset block that we use a lot that we don't see. Like we could say, oh, my spouse this, oh, my children this, oh, I don't have anybody to watch my kids, oh, I don't, you know, just different things. And I told myself that I wasn't going to use my daughter as an excuse. I had to have her here with me right now. I committed to this. So guess what? This is going to be for the people that can relate. This is going to be for the people that can relate. Because at the end of the day, she doesn't stop my money because my money is to benefit her. She is my legacy. She's going to get the wealth that I leave when I'm gone. It's going to be up to her and her brother and sister to keep the legacy going. So they can look back on this and they can say, oh, my mom, she kept going. She didn't let anything stop her. She was fearless. She was committed. So this is why my children won't be an excuse for me. They will not be a money mindset block for me because I used to do that. I used to do that a lot. My children, I used to use my children as an excuse, and that's not what they're here for. If anything, my children are my why. They are a part of my vision, and they're the reason why I have to do what I have to do. They're the reason why I have to be fearless and get things done. Because when they're 18 and they're ready to go start life, I want to be right there to present them with a check or say, oh, here's your first starter home, or here's your car. I saved for this. I budgeted for this. I put away money for this, and I'm going to teach you to do the same thing for your family. That's what I want to do. That's overcoming, and that's conquering. So pay attention to your money mindset blocks. Your next task is their 7-day spending tracker and check-in. I also would love it if you showed your support and you went to Facebook and liked the Fearless Money Facebook page, as well as on Instagram. It's Fearless Money _ share your thoughts about this webinar. Besides your thoughts about my daughter making her appearance, share your thoughts. Let me know what you think, because that helps me as I go further into my journey of making fearless money a big thing, and just cultivating fearless money stewards. That's the goal. Fearless money ambassadors. Just people being good stewards over their time and their money, overcoming any hindrances or circumstances. It's just all about being fearless about what you do. And also, I want to encourage you to find an accountability partner. It's always good to have somebody that is trying to pursue the same things that you are. So that goes back to a money mindset block that I went over as well. And if you're watching this later, if you're watching the recording, I encourage you not to skip. But who you surround yourself with is important. So find yourself an accountability partner, a person that knows what you're going through and that is trying to do the same things that you're doing, and you can get each other through it together. Whatever you have to do, you got to pray, get on the phone once or twice a week, whatever you have to do, just hold somebody accountable, because that's a way of giving back, and that's a way of helping you get where you need to be. So this is just the beginning of a fearless, financially free life. This is our fearless money journey. I am here to do this with you and and to hold you accountable as well. You say hi. Yeah. Some products and services that I offer is insurance, credit repair, small business services. Business startup. Maybe you need some direction on some research or what type of business you think you should start. It always go back to mindset and passion and purpose. As far as what business you feel like you should start, I can help with that, kind of help you dig deep. I can help you with startup research. Credit is very important, personal and business life. So your credit is like your financial identity. That's like your social security number in the financial world, that credit score. So that's very important. And that's something you want to focus on in the beginning of your fearless money journey. You just period. I don't think I have to go deeper into that. You want to make sure you have a good credit score to do a lot with your money. So coming soon, we also have the Money Mindset Toolkit, books, and much more coming. We are almost at the end of 2017. 2018 is right around the corner. I'm not going to say the year's over because it's not. We have about 2 more weeks left in this year, and that's more than enough time to accomplish a lot of things. There may be some things financially that you did not achieve this year. You still have time to set things in motion, to get things going. There's no excuse. There's no reason to say, oh, the year is almost over and I'll just start in January 1st. No. Time. We talked about time. Time is very important. So if you want to let these next 2 weeks go by and say, oh, I'll wait till January 1st, for what? Let me ask that first. For what? Why are you waiting? I mean, aren't you worth starting now? Isn't your future worth starting now? There's no reason to wait until January 1st. And you don't know what can happen in the next 2 weeks. So that is all. I want to thank you for tuning in and listening to the Fearless Money Budgeting for Financial Breakthrough Part 2. We discussed 7 money mindset blocks. We talked about spending less to fear less. And we also talked about some non-negotiables for your budget. I want to thank you for embarking on this journey, this fearless money journey with me. Oh, Siri talking, y'all. Thank you for embarking on this journey with me. Thank you to Aria for making her appearance this time around. Like I said, this is real life. This is real life, you guys. And I could have easily used her as an excuse to I could have easily used her as an excuse and a reason why I couldn't get this done, but this will be able to be a story that I can tell her about and that I can show her later on that I had to do what I had to do. It's all about teaching the proper, it's leading by example. It's leading by example. So that is all. Can you say bye? I want to thank you all for tuning in. Yeah, say bye. Bye-bye. Bye, Aria. Thank you for tuning in to the part 2 of the webinar, and part 3 will be coming up soon. Yeah.